Welcome back to the garage here at Basin Motorsports. So recently you saw that I got the Copart Porsche, the one that was supposed to have an engine fire that didn't, back restored. So it actually up and running. I've confirmed everything I confirm. AC runs, everything is good. And since I decided I'm not going to pull it all out, do an LS swap or the inline VW 5-cylinder with a turbocharger, I'm just going to go ahead and put this up for sale. So to really kind of do a nice for sale ad, I need to get it out of the garage, so let's go ahead and pull it back outside. Alright, so what you're looking at here is a 1987 Porsche 944. So I got this from an auction in last November. It was listed as an engine fire, and as you can see under the hood, there was not a fire. So it turned out, after tracking down the previous owner, this vehicle was actually stored next to a building that was caught in a wildfire. So the car has a little bit of external damage on the paint, which I'll show you. But as you can see, the engine is completely stock. Replaced the battery, checked all the fluids, everything is good, good filter, no leaks, hasn't had any problems. I gave it a kind of a wash, get rid of some of the gunk on there so you can kind of look down in there. Down in the areas on the frame rails, which tends to collect a lot of junk. Those are nice and cleaned up. I'll give you kind of walk around here. You can see there's a little bit of clear coat peeling on it, but not terrible. Hood's kind of the same way. And if I shut the door here, you can kind of see right there on the paint some of the damage, kind of that browning, I guess you'd call it. Body molding, it's got some of the stuff left on it. And you can see a little bit on the molding right there. That could probably be replaced if you wanted to. So really the primary damage was all along here. Taillight had to be replaced, marker lamp had to be replaced. You can see this is kind of still right there, got a little bit of paint, and then you can see some of the browning on the clear coat that had some junk on it, and I got it cleared off. Otherwise, everything replaced. Everything works. It's all in good shape. Again, you can look at the back carpet. Now, these carpets tend to, in the sun, as you can see, they tend to get brittle and kind of bleach out. So I've got this back to black as best I could. Right there. Sunroof bag is in there, spare tire, the OEM tire kit is in there, and I love this hatch. You've got a cover there that you could always pull out as a security cover. Spoiler had a little bit of melting on it, but I actually replaced it, so it's in great shape. You can kind of see the paint, 16-inch phone dials, everything else looks good. Now the sunroof itself does not open. You can hear the motor turning, so it's either something with the cables to take it in and out, but I don't like really sunroofs, so this is a great fit. As you can see, the interior is black, which was one of the reasons I really liked this car. This black interior, everything was well maintained by the previous owner, other than the armrest. They tend to fade out, kind of get brittle. Everything else looks good in there. As with most Porsches, the rear seat does not get used very much. It's not a lot of seating for anybody. The previous owner really just had it laid down, so I just flipped it up to double check. The seats are in really good shape, really good condition, no tears or anything else. Now the other Porsche I have is the parts car. So this is a 1986, still the late model, which is an 85.5 and later model year. So the 86 is there, spoiler's been removed because that's what went to the 87. Swapped taillights, swapped over the marker lamp there, and it does have a good cap on the back, so I may include that in with the 87 if the new buyer wants it. Everything else on this works. The sunroof actually does open on this car. Inside, you can kind of see I have cleaned it out as best I can just to kind of give it a good idea. Seats aren't great in it, but you know what? These could be recovered pretty well, and you'd have a fresh set of seats. Rear seat, again, not very well used. This one's just dirty. I didn't bother cleaning it up because Didn't know if anybody would want to buy this or not, but rear seat is leather or vinyl, whatever they call it back in the days, but it's a good beige. Carpets, yeah, they're not great. They might be okay if you actually cleaned them up. You can remove them out. Again, it's a 5-speed. Most of the gauges are gone. I've tried to use those over on the other car as best I needed to complete the 87. Got door cards on it. And under the hood, it just has the same 2.5 liter. Naturally aspirated, no battery, cover's not very good. Everything's there though. I cranked it over with a battery and a starter, so everything is there. Headlights pop up. It's all good. If someone really needed an engine, this would be a perfect candidate to swap over. Now, of course, the question is always asked, what is it worth? Well, that's kind of a hard decision. Since it had damage to the paint, it is an Oregon salvage title here on the 87. So that's unfortunate, other than, you know, it was just in numbers to do it, to repaint the whole car. I'm sure it was a nice, pretty penny, more than worth the car is probably worth. So with this being a salvage title, runs and drives great. Everything seems fine on it. At least the best I can tell. I'm asking $4,200 for the 87, running and driving Porsche, ready to go. Now the parts car, I am asking $800. Has a great drivetrain in it, still has a transaxle, all the suspensions there, the engine's there. Some of the interior is definitely usable. I think it would be a great option if somebody needed an engine or transaxle or anything else. I've just got it set aside for now, and if it doesn't sell, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll probably leave it during the winter. Come next spring, I'm gonna blow that car apart and sell it off piece by piece. So I will have that available. This I'm going to take to a car show tomorrow with a for sale sign. We'll see if we can find a new buyer. And if somebody watches this and they say, boy, I would love to have all of it, both cars and every part I have, which I haven't shown you my hoard, I will sell for $5,000, asking $5,000 or best offer. So with that, we'll see you next time from Basin Motorsports. I got to put this back in the garage and get some more stuff done. See you next time.